Leela means play of the universe. So this game is actually centered around 4 activities. Number 1, creating your mandala, your personal signature that comes from your soul. Number 2, the active dynamic part, which is opening up the 7 chakras. And number 3, a meditation section. And number 4, an oracle, accessing your supraconscious mind. So those 4 things are part of all ancient wisdom traditions.
Yeah, I mean, I love that it's integrating, you know, all these ancient principles, but with, you know, very modern and relevant technology. I mean, this is one of the things that I've heard you talk about a couple of times. I follow you on Twitter. You're very active in the social media and kind of modern world.
Yeah.
What do you think technology is doing for the collective consciousness these days?
Well, you know, you have to ask yourself, how is technology evolving? And it is evolving very fast. The capacity of technology doubles every year. So in about 10 years, it'll be 1,000,000 times more powerful than it is today. And there are suggestions that in about 10 years, you'll have nano robots the size of a red cell navigating your body, and you can use your iPhone or BlackBerry to tell them what you want them to do. So if you want them to clean up your coronary arteries, you get the instruction. You're feeling sexy, they can squirt a little hormone, oxytocin. If you're feeling depressed, neuropeptides. If you want to eat meat without killing an animal, you can put a stem cell on a desktop computer, print out a steak. You can seed yourself in different galaxies through micro robots and remote technology, and it's unstoppable. So, you know, you can't stop this. We will all become hybrids of human and cyborg. 10 years, maybe. You can also program yourself so you stop aging indefinitely. All that's going to happen. So, you know, I asked myself, what is technology? It's a force we cannot stop. Okay, and so what does it reflect? It reflects the human condition. The internet reflects the human condition. You can find pornography on it, and you can find Deepak Chopra on it.
Polar opposites.
So the fact is, the cyberspace is our collective mind. It's our collective consciousness. And we can use it for diabolical purposes, you know, even now that know-how exists on the internet to make a nuclear bomb if you want, and to procure the uranium if you want. You can use cell phone if you have sophisticated signals to interfere with air traffic signals or cause a nuclear plant to leak. That's technology, unstoppable. On the other hand, we can create a new global mind, that new planetary identity, and then a new cosmic identity. And that's the evolution of our consciousness. The choice is up to us.
And that's about intention of the individual,
Yeah,
in a sense. Technology is the tool.
Yes.
The more people that are coming to it with the intention to get greater awareness, improve their lives. Yeah.
It's up to us. We can create, if you were there in my seminar, I've created on Twitter a way for you to score your well-being, and then you can keep coming back to it, and then there's a well-being challenge. And already I'm seeing thousands of people participating in there, and they're having amazing results, you know, in terms of social well-being and career well-being, financial well-being, but also spiritual well-being.
So that number is a number out of 100, and you score yourself, you get a quotient, and you were saying that you're a 94 out of 100. Very impressive. A little bit of improvement possible in there, but
anything over 70, you're thriving.
Right.
If you're between 40 and 70, you're struggling, and if you're less than 40, you're suffering.
So do you have what would your top 3 tips be for people who want to get on there and wherever they sit at the moment, improve their well-being quotient?
Well, we deal with these 5 areas. So you must enjoy your job. It must somehow resonate with your passion.
And only 20% of
Only
people are in that
20%.
situation at the moment. So.
That's the first part. Then the social part is you must have at least 2 or 3 people that you consider best friends, that you interact with on a regular basis, that in a sense are holding your back and you're holding their back. This is very important, and especially that you communicate with on a daily basis. There's true friendship. There's more to that, but because I mentioned if you have a happy friend, your happiness goes up by 15%, and if the happy friend has a happy friend, it goes up another 10%. It keeps growing up. You must exercise every day.
Every day.
Every day, 7 days a week, even if it's half an hour of walking. Get good sleep every day. You must not worry about money, which means you have to have financial well-being, live within your means. But again, people who are financially secure, they have certain habits. They don't get into debt. They spend money on experience than on things. When you buy something, you get bored with it after a while. It doesn't excite you. But when you have an experience, you go on a vacation with someone you love or you care about, then you look forward to it, you enjoy the experience, you have good memories. So people spend money on experiences rather than on things. People who also give, even if they give a little bit, feel better about themselves. They give a little bit to a homeless person or to a cause, and they're always engaged in some bigger cause than in themselves, community well-being. These are the secrets, but they don't solve the big questions. Okay, the big questions are still there. We grow old, we get sick, and we die. Those things can't be solved through Twitter.
Do you think, is that something that will ever be solved? Does anybody want to live forever?
I wouldn't want to live forever, but again, the technology says you can live for indefinitely as we move in that direction, that you will be able to live for as long as you want. I think it's boring to live in the same body though.
Yeah, yes. So I wanted to, just to give all of that some context for viewers, I wanted to just go back and deal with some of the really fundamental questions that kind of provide the basis of pretty much all your work. Who am I? If somebody's asking, who are we as individuals?
We are a bundle of consciousness evolving through cosmic time. And that bundle of consciousness, which we call a soul, is the confluence of meanings, relationships, desires, memories, contexts, and stories. So your life is a story that you tell yourself around your memories and your dreams and your longings. And so just as we went through the 7 chakras, initially the stories are all about yourself and survival, then the stories are all about achievement, then the stories are all about will, intention, power, then the stories are about love and compassion, and then the stories are about creativity and expression, then about higher consciousness and ultimately enlightenment, which means you go from very constricted awareness to universal awareness. And that's the soul's journey through cosmic time, and that's who you are.
So the question, what is the soul? It is all of those things put together. It is the consciousness.
Yes, it's
the
meaning,
awareness.
context, relationships, and stories.
Okay. And why am I here? Why?
You're here to expand your consciousness till you're infinite, because that's where it's the play of the universe. You come from the infinite and you return to the infinite.
And does God exist?
Yes, God is the only thing that exists. Now, God is not a person though. God is infinite consciousness in which the whole universe is arising and subsiding. So, we're a little planet in the Milky Way galaxy. Next door is Andromeda, and then there are 30 other galaxies in the neighborhood. It's like, before you get to Melbourne, there's 30 other galaxies. And then there's something called the cosmic horizon, which is 42 billion light years away, and across the cosmic horizon, galaxies are disappearing into the unknowable. So God is the consciousness in which the universe and universes arise and subside. And your experience of your own self, your soul, is your window, is your corridor, is the vortex through which you can touch that infinite consciousness. And that's across space-time, therefore it's yourself also, you're the infinite being in drag.
So, we're obviously much more than just our physical
Yes.
bodies, is what we're saying.
This is the costume.
Yeah, okay. And I guess, having that understanding can be incredibly powerful for people too.
It's incredibly powerful, but it also makes you live life in the moment and enjoy it. And your priorities are not about, what can I do for myself, but what is this whole thing about, and relationship becomes the most important thing.
Relationship with self and then relationship with community. And
You know the
others.
difference between illness and wellness.
What is the difference?
One starts with an I, the other starts with a we.
I like it. Very good. There's no I in wellness.
Just we.
So for people who have an understanding of what the soul is and our kind of infinite journey towards, I guess, the infinite and expansion, for people who are stuck, who feel like their soul journey is stuck on some level, what would your best advice be?
Change your story. Make all your stories love stories.
Oh,
That's it.
That's so nice. So that you're kind of recreating your memories.
You don't recreate your memories. You reinterpret them and you say, what can I learn from that? And how can I make this a love story? Really, that's as simple as that. Every story is a love story. Even the terrorist is asking for love, attention, appreciation, affection.
So love is where it's all at.
And take it easy.
But with very modern and relevant technology. I mean, this is one of the things that I've heard you talk about a couple of times. I follow you on Twitter. You're very active in the social media and kind of modern world.
Yeah.
What do you think technology is doing for the collective?
Number 3, a meditation section. And number 4, an oracle, accessing your supraconscious mind. So those 4 things are part of all ancient wisdom traditions.
Yeah, I mean, I love that it's integrating, all these ancient principles.
Centered around 4 activities. Number 1, creating your mandala, your personal signature that comes from your soul. Number 2, the active dynamic part, which is opening up the 7 chakras. Leela means play of the universe. So this game is actually
Consciousness these days.
Well, you have to ask yourself, how is technology evolving? And it is evolving very fast. The capacity of technology doubles every year. So in about 10 years, it'll be 1 million times more powerful than it is today. And